The Milwaukee Bucks have officially been eliminated from the 2025 playoffs, and I gotta say, I am really worried about their future. Because we all kind of knew that this wasn't the best roster in the world, and they really needed to maximize the roster spots around Dame and Giannis. Now, I thought this offseason, you want to keep Giannis by any means necessary, so I thought they could trade away Damian Lillard for maybe 2 to 3 good rotational players and build this team back up around Giannis going forward. But after Damian Lillard suffered a torn Achilles in the playoffs, he's going to be out all of the 2026 season, which basically negates any trade value he had this offseason. So I'm scared that may only mean they have one thing to do, and that may be to trade Giannis. So what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? I love when stars just stay with their teams, like Steph embodies Golden State, Devin Booker in Phoenix, Nikola Jokic in Denver, but I just don't know where Milwaukee's going to go with Giannis and this roster right now. So Jason Tatum and Anthony Edwards are your conference finals MVPs throughout this, and Minnesota wins the NBA Finals in 6 games. And let's advance to an offseason where the Milwaukee Bucks don't really have much of a young core. They actually have like basically nobody, because the one intriguing asset they had was AJ Johnson, who I thought was a 3-year project play, at least in Milwaukee. They traded him and a future first round pick and your third best player in franchise history for Kyle Kuzma. Man, I know the GM just got an extension, which now could allow him to enter into a rebuild. They may now give Giannis a way out, or they can get an out here because Dame is out next year. So you'd be wasting maybe another year of Giannis's prime as a 31-year-old. So he may be like, you know what? Like, we're not going to win next year. Dame may not even be the same player again. Would you be able to trade me? The scary thing is, though, their first round pick situation, because it's not like one team owns all their draft capital. It's scattered around the league. And we're not going to have our first round pick in this year's draft. That is going to go to the Brooklyn Nets. The Knicks originally had that pick, but that was included in the Mikal Bridges trade. So we're giving up the 20th pick in the draft. We have Doc Rivers as our head coach, which I don't think is an exciting young coach by any means. And he's somebody that has not had a lot of playoff success since 2008. It's been a minute. So you can see that we have a swap worse with the Pelicans in 2026, swap worse with the Pelicans in 2027. We have a swap with Portland in 2028, and we have a swap with Boston and Washington in 2029. And we don't even get some of those picks. It's just 26 and 28. And they're basically swap like worse. So if Portland's really good or New Orleans is really good, I'm not getting those picks. Man, it's a scary situation here in Milwaukee. Now, you could trade Giannis, because he's that good, right? Like, he's a top 3 player in the league. This may be one of the biggest trades in NBA history. You could net potentially more for Giannis than you could for Luka. The only thing is Giannis is like 5 years older, so maybe not. Yeah, I mean, Cleveland, like, this would be very intriguing for sure. I'm just throwing out him in the trade value. Bam and Hero. But does like Giannis get put in a better situation in Miami? But honestly, this would allow Milwaukee to compete going forward. Karl-Anthony Towns and Mitchell Robinson, I think you would need a little bit more out of that trade as well. It really depends what Milwaukee wants. Do they want young players and draft capital, or do they want like an all-star, all-NBA caliber player with some additional guys as well? So I kind of want to fire Doc Rivers. I just don't know if there's like a young coach out there that I'm going to look to bring in. So honestly, I think I just may hold on to Doc for one more year. I'm not going to promote Darvin Ham. Man, I really don't know what to do. And then I hope I can move Damian Lillard when he comes back. But like I said, he's going to be 36 years old. That's just terrifying. Bobby Portis could opt out. Brooke Lopez is a free agent. Gary Trent Jr., Kevin Porter Jr., Taurean Prince, all these guys are free agents. And who wants Kyle Kuzma right now? And I would love to get a first round pick in this year's draft. And I could probably get a first rounder for AJ Green, but I don't really know what they do right now. So, like, what teams would be lining up for Giannis? I'm sure there'd be more than we think, because it's Giannis Antetokounmpo, a player that, like, of his caliber that comes available. Doesn't happen very often. And there could be some sleeper teams involved in here as well. I'm sure everybody would throw a god offer. Like, would Orlando headline Franz in a Giannis Antetokounmpo trade? Would Atlanta be willing to part ways with Reese Shea and Jalen Johnson? I'm just talking about like random suitors in here. Would Toronto try to get involved and offer Scotty Barnes? You never know. And trying to figure out like what this trade will look like. Yeah, I can get 6 first round picks from the Brooklyn Nets. I don't really know if that excites me so much, because I don't think Milwaukee could just strip it down and enter into a rebuild, since they don't own their draft capital, unless they trade Giannis to Portland or New Orleans. And those teams aren't in terrible situations, but I don't think they would pull a trigger on a Giannis trade. And honestly, I would like to trade Giannis to the Western Conference, but I am going to just save 2K. Like, man, I'm thinking about like that Orlando Magic idea. Like, could I get Franz Wagner and Jalen Suggs? I don't think they would pull the trigger on this, but that's something I would think about. I'm just randomly going to offer them this. I don't think they're going to say yes, but if I offered you Giannis and Kuzma, I get off the Kuzma deal, I get Jalen Suggs, Franz Wagner, and 4 first round picks. They're going to say no. I mean, I don't really have much else to throw in to sweeten this pot at all, like Chris Livingston. I mean, I think they're close to accepting this. I'm willing to, like, put on trade override just to get this deal done. Tyler Smith doesn't get the deal to go through. And then my last remaining asset I would throw in would be Andre Jackson Jr. Really? I don't want to throw in any draft capital. Could I even throw an AJ Green? I mean, I'm getting Franz and Suggs, which at least builds a foundation, and 4 first-round picks. I get off the Kuzma money. They're not going to say yes, but I think I may put on trade override for this trade. I feel like this is pretty fair. And now you have Giannis and Paolo Banchero in Orlando, and you figure itself out because whatever Franz's ceiling is going to be, it's not going to be what Giannis is currently. Because I'm sure the Thunder or the Rockets would be interested as well. And yeah, you could definitely get a Men Thompson. I don't know if you can get a Men and Şengün. It'd probably be like a Men and Jalen Green if you're into that. Because yeah, there's a lot of risk to taking on Jalen Green at the moment. Because we got to remember, like, Giannis is Giannis, right? Like, this isn't like a Damian Lillard trade. This is going to be like Luka Doncic level, but I feel like if he was made available, that price is going to be more than what Luka went for, because I don't think anybody was bidding for Luka at the moment. Like, I would ask for Jalen Green and Amen Thompson. This would have to be after the draft. They also, they won the lottery. That's just amazing. So they're going to be adding Cooper Flagg. You know what? Maybe I'm going to do that trade. Maybe I'm going to put on trade override for Amen Thompson, Jalen Green. Not the first overall pick, but maybe like a future first out of that. Because yeah, Amen Thompson, like, it hurts giving him up, but you're getting Giannis Antetokounmpo in that front court with Şengün. And I'm sure they'd rather trade Şengün. I mean, you could probably do Jalen Green and Şengün for Giannis, because then you could build around Cooper Flagg, Amen Thompson, and Giannis. So you know what? I may actually do that trade. So I'm gonna have to make that trade after the draft, because I'm actually, no, I think I can make that trade right now, because Amen Thompson has a team option, but I'm not trading for Amen Thompson. I'm sure they would ask like for a men minimum, but I think I can probably get a little bit more draft capital out of this trade as well. So I'm gonna get, I think, 3 first-round picks in this deal. Yeah, I'm gonna ask for your 3 best first. Jalen Green and Alperen Şengün. I think Jalen Green has way less value in real life than he does in this game. And I'm getting an all-star young player in Şengün. And I think they can make this trade a little bit more. You guys can let me know, Rockets fans down below. Say you somehow win the lottery, which is definitely possible with that Suns pick. Are you intrigued about Amen Thompson, Giannis, and Cooper Flagg going forward? Because you have Giannis for the remainder of his prime. You're surrounding him with good role players like Dylan Brooks, Tari Eason, maybe Jabari Smith Jr., but I'm getting, yeah, Green and Şengün. I mean, I think the Rockets, like, even if they traded Green and Şengün, you're still in a really good spot because you have the Eason, Shepherd, and Jabari Smith Jr. situation. This is the scenario that they land the #1 overall pick to get Cooper Flagg. God forbid Giannis doesn't work out. You're still set up very well in the future with Amen Thompson and Cooper Flagg. And what if Jabari Smith Jr. could be something, or Reed Shepherd, or Eason for you more than what they are now? I think that is very intriguing over there. Honestly, you may be able to get more in Milwaukee out of this. I don't know if I'm going to trade the Kuzma asset. If they had like a high second, I would want that as well. I think 4 first-round picks. I don't know, though. Like, I feel like Jalen Green, Şengün, and 4 firsts for Giannis, who may be the best player ever to be traded at the current point right now, because he's like 1, 2, or 3 in the NBA, and he's been like that, and he's still 30, and I think he's gonna age just fine in this league. So yeah, I'm gonna trade override this. You can let me know if I got too much there, but it was a really big deal. So I know I spent a little bit of time on that, but I kind of had to, because it's a Giannis Antetokounmpo trade. Now, it would be kind of hilarious if they don't take Cooper Flagg, but they end up taking Cooper Flagg. So you have Flagg, Giannis, and Amen Thompson there in Houston. That's exciting. But I like them going that route instead of just a bunch of draft capital and young players, because yeah, Milwaukee just doesn't own their draft picks. And I know it's a sunk cost at this point. Like, you don't own them to begin with. Who cares what they end up being? It would kind of hurt a little bit. So Pat Connaughton opts in. Whoopee. So I think if they, trade Giannis, it's going to try to get like a Suggs and Franz or Green and Şengün or something like that going forward. So here we are, moratorium. Damian Lillard is out all of next year. So I don't even know what a Damian Lillard trade would happen, because he has a massive player option for the 2027 season. So he's making $54 million this year, which hamstrings us in free agency, and to do anything there, I'm sure they would apply for some disabled player exception. But yeah, $58 million in 2036. Oh my God, and Kuzma. So let's hope Şengün and Green could just make this team a playing tournament squad. And then I'm going to try to bring some of our guys back. Bobby Portis Jr., 3 years, $43 million. Gary Trent Jr., 3 years, $24 million. I'm going to give Brook Lopez a 1+1. It's a team option on the second year, but he's going to be making $19 million this season. I'm also going to bring back Malcolm Brogdon to the Milwaukee Bucks, a team he won Rookie of the Year with almost a decade ago. And I'm going to sign a couple veterans here. We're going to get Steven Adams on a 2-year deal and Markelle Fultz on a 2-year deal. I can't afford Kevin Porter Jr., so he's gone. I also can't afford Ryan Rollins either. So we get Pete Nance back on the qualifying offer. We are saved. Şengün is up to a 91. Green is an 88. There's Dame. Hopefully he could be something still at one point in his career. But I don't know, man, like 35, 36 years old, coming off an Achilles tear, that's so scary. But I do need to cut somebody before the season starts, so that is going to be Pete Nance. So yeah, I'm glad I got Pat Connaughton on this team. And honestly, in a weaker Eastern Conference, we could definitely make the play-in tournament next year. It just sucks that Damian Lillard is hurt, man. because I really thought that was their out this offseason. Like, what if they were able to get like Wendell Carter Jr. and Jalen Suggs in a first for Dame? I don't know. I just think they would have been in a solid position and they could really retool around Giannis. Or if they never made the Kuzma trade and if they moved Dame, they could have created a little bit of cap space to land a bigger name down the line. So like Markelle Fultz is going to be my starting point guard this year. Yeah, I need Jalen Green and Şengün to basically carry me into the playing tournament. Like Brook Lopez is coming off the bench. Gary Trent Jr. is going to be the sixth man. Malcolm Brogdon's going to get some point guard minutes. AJ Green is going to get some shooting guard minutes off the bench. And then out of all these guys, I'm probably going to just play like Andre Jackson 10 minutes a night. So like guess right here, like Bobby Portis gets 32 minutes a night. Şengün 36, Green 36. We're going to go 28 to Fultz. I'm going to have to go 30 to Kuzma, and I'll do the rest to Gary Trent Jr. I mean, I don't love this team, and Doc Rivers is the coach. Like, they would be maybe unwatchable at times, but who knows? Maybe Jalen Green in a different situation could be a little bit more consistent. We start off the season against Chicago, New Orleans, and Sacramento. We do not own our first-round pick this year, and we start off the season 1-2, which is fine. But like I said, I just need these guys to carry me to the playing tournament or at least a respectable record, because then I can either move some of these guys in the offseason or at the trade deadline, more so the veterans. All right, so here at the trade deadline, we are 20-30. Not really where I would like to be in a weaker Eastern Conference, but at least we're fighting for a playing tournament spot right now. We have a negative 5.1 point differential. But if this is going to be like the worst season and we give up like the 9th overall pick in the draft, I'm okay with that. Jalen Green and Şengün are averaging 47 points a night combined. Green is shooting 43% from three. Şengün is averaging 23 and 13. Like another all-star caliber season. Honestly, better numbers than what he was as an all-star in 2025. He did get an all-star appearance here in 2026. Bobby Portis is averaging 14 points. I think, like, even if Kuzma could go for AJ Johnson, Middleton, and a swap, I can move Portis for some value here at the deadline, but I can also move him in the offseason. Kuzma is just such a negative asset at this point, which is kind of a shame. Gary Trent Jr. would also have some value, but I don't mind keeping him around. This team, I think, desperately needs a point guard at one point. All right, so he's not a great point guard right now, but I'm going to take a chance on Kobe Buffkin. I'm also going to get a swap horse between Utah and Cleveland in 2028. That pick's not going to have too much value. And I'm sending Andre Jackson, AJ Green, and a second rounder to Atlanta, because we get Kobe Buffkin at least 1 year left on that team contract, and we get a future first for at least Green. I think with Gary Trent Jr. here, I don't really need Green at the moment, and I think Jackson Jr. Was also not going to work out here. He needs to change his scenery, which excites me. Now for the rest of the season, I'm going to have Kobe Buffkin as my starting point guard, and I'm hoping this team could just make the playing tournament to give us a shot at the playoffs, so I'm not giving New Orleans like a really good pick. And Shea gets MVP here in 2026, so if he wins it in 2025, he goes back-to-back. Ace Bailey, the second overall pick to Utah, is your rookie of the year. Josh Giddey signed with the Phoenix Suns, and Alperen Şengün wins most improved, so he didn't score as well in the second half, but he shot 30% from 3, 48% from the field. I'll take it. 6.3 assists as well. And he ends up on All-NBA second team, the same team as Giannis, who got that in Houston. I want to obviously keep a close eye on them, see how far they go. And I think, yeah, like having Şengün to now build around, who is also all-defensive second team, excites you because he's still just 23 years old here in Milwaukee. So, did we make the play-in tournament? We did not. We're going to have to give up a good first-rounder. I believe we do have the Nets first-rounder this year, and they're playing tournament team, so we are rooting against them. We finished with a 29-53 record. I hope the pick doesn't do well in the lottery, but you never know. Jalen Green averaged 24 points, but now I'm going to have an offseason of flexibility, and I'm going to have Damian Lillard potentially healthy for next year. He didn't get to really play this year, which is kind of a shame. But I do think Dame in the last year of his deal after he opts into his player option, I could trade him for something this offseason, or I could play Dame with Jalen Green in the backcourt next year. All right, so you have the Dallas Mavericks and the Cleveland Cavaliers in the NBA Finals. Also, like, what if the Bucks do trade Giannis and the Mavericks were going to trade Luka? Could we have done like a Luka for Giannis type trade? I'm just saying, like, the Mavericks want to trade Luka for some defense. Giannis a little bit younger than AD and a little bit better as well. Also more reliable. I wonder if that could have unfolded. So a loaded Hall of Fame class here with just legends that we watched growing up. And a bunch of jersey retirements here. And the Bucks will retire Giannis's jersey one day. And I want to see him in Milwaukee. Like, I don't want this to happen, but I just wonder if the Bucks have no choice. So let's see what happens here in the draft lottery. We do not own our first round pick. There it is at number 7. And the Nets, oh my God, the Nets actually made the playoffs. Are you kidding me? All right, so we're going to get the 15th overall pick. Thank God our pick did not get lucky here in the... Wait, let's go. So I actually do get my first rounder at number 6 because the Pelicans were worse than us. Oh my God, that is amazing. Because if the Pelicans had like the 18th overall pick, I had to give them 6 and I get 18. But the fact that they had the 4th pick here, I get 6. Wow, let's go. So I have 6 and I have 15 in this draft as well. That is huge. Did the Pelicans get lucky and move into the top 4? Or were they just like that bad throughout this year? I completely forgot about that. No, they were that bad at 32 and 50. Let's freaking go. Like, yeah, could there also be like a Zion and the Bucks picks back for Giannis or something like that? I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities this offseason. All right, vibes are getting a little bit higher in Milwaukee. Thank God that they were bad. I want like a younger head coach, so Joe Mazzulla would make sense. I mean, Nick Nurse is not like super young, but I feel like I'd rather have him than, no, we're not doing Jason Kidd back here in Milwaukee. No Doc Rivers. I mean, Mark Daigneault got fired. I would definitely look to pick him up. And then I'm also going to offer Charles Lee and Will Hardy contracts as well. We fired Doc Rivers. I only got Hardy and Lee. I believe both these guys have come from the Boston Celtics tree. I'm going to hire Charles Lee to be the next head coach. Oh my God, that is massive. And we're going to get Damian Lillard back. All right, Bucks fans, see, we are turning this ship around, hopefully. And yeah, Dame's got that player option. So the number 1 overall pick, the Charlotte Hornets are going to take AJ DeBanza. Number 2, the Chicago Bulls are going to be taking Cameron Boozer. 3 is Elijah Arenas to the Thunder. 4 is Darius Akuff. So that means Darren Peterson, damn, was 1 pick ahead of us there at 5. So I'm going to draft Nate Ament here, who I think could be a perfect power forward for this team in between Alperen Şengün and whoever my long-term small forward is going to be. He's committed to Tennessee. And I think an easy pick here at 15, I'm going to take Mikel Brown Jr. to be our point guard, maybe long-term, because we don't know about Damian Lillard, and we didn't have really great point guard play last year. So now Kobe Buffkin's got some competition. Imagine I was able to land Darren Peterson, though, at number 6. That would have been incredible. So we're going to sign Ament and Brown Jr. Dame opts in, no shocker there. We're going to decline the $20 million team option on Brook. I'm actually going to let Chris Livingston walk, but I'm going to pick it up on Kobe Buffkin. So I will entertain Dame trades if something makes sense. And to be honest with you, I don't think anything makes sense. So I want to be like fair, and I'm not going to trade him for like 3 young assets because he's 36. He's an expiring contract. I think he's just going to start for us at the 1 this year, and maybe we don't re-sign him in the offseason next year. And I'm going to trade Kyle Kuzma to the Phoenix Suns, who are trying to build a winning roster around Devin Booker. It's going to be like the Bucks 2.0 with like Grayson Allen, Kevin Porter Jr., and now Kyle Kuzma. And we're going to get Oso Ighodaro in return, who I think is going to be my backup center. And I'm going to trade Malcolm Brogdon back to the Washington Wizards for a 2029 second via Sacramento. And I'm going to offer 2 contracts for some shooting. We're going to get Kevin Huerter on a minimum and Caleb Houston on a 1+1. End of an era here. Brook is gone. Livingston is gone. Connaughton is gone. I'm surprised Brook didn't retire. We do have some trade exceptions to work with. Oh, and I forgot to show you guys where the Rockets ended up going in the playoffs. Yeah, they didn't win it all. The Rockets had a 46-36 record with Shepherd, Hardaway, Brooks, Giannis, Vucevic, Mitchell Robinson. I don't know why Flagg and Thompson are saying they're coming off the bench. And I forgot to even mention Cam Whitmore and all of that. I'm sure I could have gotten him in that trade. So here we are. Şengün is a 91. Green's a 91. Dame is going to regress. No shocker there. Portis, I think, is going to go back to like his 6-man type ways. And I'm going to start number 6 overall pick, Nate Ament. All right, so before the season starts, we can re-sign some guys. Damian Lillard is extension eligible. I mean, he's 36. Like, he could age fairly well like Kyrie in this game. I'm debating giving him like a 1-year extension. 1 year 45. I mean, I don't have to. Honestly, I don't have to, because if we're winning, I think he's going to re-sign with us anyway. So I'm not really worried about losing him. And even if I don't want him back, like I don't want him back, and he didn't perform well this year. All right, so let's come up with the 2027 roster. It's going to be Lillard and Green. I know there's not great defense there, which I think we're going to have to work on over time. At the 3, I think I actually may start Caleb Houston. I don't even know if Kevin Huerter is going to get minutes this year. And then I do want like Nate Ament getting minutes. I don't know if Mikel Brown Jr. in his rookie year is going to get minutes. So yeah, I want to start Ament, Şengün there. Gary Trent Jr. could be a 6-man. He's going to get 25 minutes a night. Let's go about 16 to Buffkin. Let's go about 13 to Ighodaro, because Şengün is going to be the starting center. Let's go 35 there. Let's go, honestly, like 24 minutes to the forwards, 35 to Şengün, 35 to Green. Honestly, Dame coming off the Achilles. Let's just play him 30 minutes. We don't have to overuse him. Bobby Portis can get around 24 minutes a night. Same with Gary Trent Jr. And then do I want to get anybody 8 minutes here? It would either be Tyler Smith or Mikel Brown Jr. Let's see what Tyler Smith can do with 8 minutes, because I'm not in a rush to play Brown with Buffkin and Dame here. We are 3.5 star balance under Charles Lee. We start off the season against the Clippers and the Wizards, and we end up blowing out the Clippers by 30. Welcome back, Damian Lillard, 16 points here, 32 for Şengün, and then we lost to the Wizards by 3. Jalen Green at 38. All right, so I don't know what's going on this year. We are 15-36, so I don't own a swap this year. I'm flat out going to be giving away a really good draft pick. Caleb Houston, I think, has actually been a fine small forward for us. Maybe Damian Lillard is just not working out here. I mean, he's averaging like career lows. He's 36 years old, and he's like no longer the number 1 option. I mean, Jalen Green puts up good stats, and like the efficiency is pretty good, where I don't know if it's like empty stats at the moment. But I did not expect to be this bad this season. Gary Trent Jr. has been another good shooter for us, but I do think we're going to look to sell a little bit here at the deadline. This is pretty embarrassing, and we're not making the play-in tournament. I don't know why he's making $12 million, but I'm going to trade Kobe Buffkin to the Pistons for Blake Wesley and a 2029 lottery pick, so an interdivision trade. And then I thought this was also going to be another interdivision trade with the Pacers, but I'm going to send Bobby Portis, a former Knick. He was on that 2019 team with Julius Randle, and he was one of the pieces they signed after they missed out on all the big names in that free agency class. We're getting Obi Toppin here to Milwaukee. That's not playing as much in New York. We're also getting a second rounder out of this, and Portis basically has the same contract as Toppin moving forward. I can't trade Damian Lillard midseason. He's making too much money. Yeah, and Damian Lillard wants 40 plus million. I think it's an end of an era here in Milwaukee. All right, so Luka Doncic is your MVP this year for the LA Lakers. Puts up 28 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. AJ Dubance, Rookie of the Year in Charlotte. They also have Dylan Harper. That's an exciting young asset. Like, that's a really exciting young team. With Brandon Miller and LaMelo Ball, if they hold on to those guys, as Devin Carter wins Most Improved, definitely a deserving Most Improved season. So let's see if Giannis is on an All-NBA team. Well, he's not on a first two team, but you know who is. Alperen Şengün. Pretty similar numbers to his All-Star season. I think a little bit better. In Houston, Giannis is on all NBA third team as a 32-year-old. Amen Thompson, all defensive first team. We do get Şengün on all defensive second team. Let's go. And we did get Nate Amen on all rookie second team as well. So the Houston Rockets were the 4 seed. Who did not make the play-in tournament. I am kind of shocked how bad we were this season. We were 24-58. I thought we were going to be a playoff team, and I was really excited about what we had. I'm probably going to let Damian Lillard walk in free agency. Not sure where he's going to end up signing, and we're going to continue to build around Jalen Green and Şengün. I think Jalen Green needs a new extension this offseason potentially. And then in the West, they went 51-31 with Shepherd, Whitmore. I don't know why Amen Thompson would be coming off the bench, and they got Vucevic. I mean, it's basically like Brook Lopez, but can't play defense there at the 5. Jeremiah Fears is who they drafted also in that class. That's amazing. So let's see how far they go. And the Houston Rockets are taking on the MVP and Luka Doncic in round 1. They win. Can they beat Dallas? Nope, they just blew a 3-0 lead. That's just hilarious. I was rooting for Giannis to get a ring. Julius Randle versus Cade Cunningham, and the Timberwolves win it all in 7, and Rob Dillingham is your conference finals MVP. So the Timberwolves won it all, and Anthony Edwards didn't get conference finals MVP or finals MVP. Can't make that up. All right, so Brook Lopez does retire with the Lakers. He did spend a season there. Curry retires. Okay, so does James Harden, Draymond Green. Definitely an end of an era there. And both Curry and Harden head to the Hall of Fame. So here we are at the draft lottery. I'm going to have the stomach giving away, I think, the Pelicans, or I don't know who owns my first round pick at this point. I think it's possibly been traded around a little bit. Oh, okay, never mind. My pick there at number 1 is actually a pick we got from the Rockets in the Giannis Antetokounmpo trade. Our pick there is number 2. Let's see what we're giving up. Oh my God, I got the number 1 overall. Let's go. Let's freaking go. All right, man. All right, Milwaukee's back. That's why I think they should make this trade with the Houston Rockets. If you can get players and you can try to get those Suns picks, which could be good down the line. I do have to give away the 2nd overall pick, but hey, I think I'm okay with that since I just got the number 1 overall pick. And I also have Brooklyn's pick at 20 as well, also from the Giannis trade. And I think it's a no-brainer who we're going to take number 1, Tyrone Stokes, unless I want to go Brandon McCoy and get a point guard. But no, I'm going to take Tyrone Stokes number 1 overall, and now we have a big 3 to build around long-term with Green, Stokes, and Alperen Şengün, as well as Nate Amen at the 4. I like this team a lot now. And we even have Mikal Brown Jr., who could be our starting point guard next year. So I get Stokes at 1, and I took Trent Perry, a wing out of Texas there at 20. Jalen Green opts out. Okay, so we actually have to work on a new extension with him this offseason. I'm going to bring back Oso Ighodaro, Caleb Houston, and Tyler Smith. Giannis is a free agent as well. Do I just bring back Giannis here to Milwaukee? I could not even afford him. So, yeah, Dame we're going to let walk. He actually got almost $30 million from the Clippers, so I hope he signs there. I guess he would be replacing Harden. Green wants a nice payday. I'm about to give him $200 million, which is going to hurt a little bit, but I don't think anybody's coming close to that offer. 5 years, $200 million, and he's going to agree to that. We are going to renounce the rights on Damian Lillard, ending that era. So Dame did not sign with the Clippers just yet. They've actually now are giving him only $9 million a year. Giannis does go back to the Rockets, 5-year, $332 million. So I think I just want to get like a point guard here. We could bring back Kevin Porter Jr., who was here a few years ago. I could bring in Tyler Kolek, who played in Wisconsin at Marquette. I'm not going to bring back Damian Lillard. So let's bring in Tyler Kolek on a 2-year deal worth about $8.5 million. So Damian Lillard finally signed on the last day a 1-year deal with the Warriors to replace Steph Curry. Here's player progression. It's an exciting young team for sure. Hopefully, Amen can take a year 2 jump this year. And we have Mikal Brown Jr., I think, starting for us at the 1. All right, so I'm going to re-up Gary Trent Jr. on a new 2, and we'll do 3-year extension worth about $30 million. He's been a good 6-man for us right now. We could work on a new extension with Şengün. Let's do that. Let's just lock up him and Jalen Green long term. All right, so the 2028 rotation is going to be Brown, Green, Stokes, Ament, and Şengün. I actually think this is a pretty exciting team. I think I'm going to go about 28 minutes to Ament. I want Gary Trent Jr. to be the sixth man. We're going to go 30 to Brown. We're going to go 31 to Stokes. We're going to go 35 to Green and Şengün. Or we'll go 34 to Şengün, 35 to Brown. And they got about 9 more minutes. I could give it to Kolek. I could give it to Tyler Smith. I think I'm going to give it to Kolek right now. System proficiency is 3.5 stars. And oh, I also get to reunite Oso Ighodaro and Tyler Kolek, who played on the same team at Marquette together. All right, I don't know why, but 2K is not a big fan of what we're building over here in Milwaukee. We are better this year than we are last year, but we still have a negative 8.2 point differential, and we are 19 and 33. Yeah, it's not good right now. Jalen Green has been a consistent 24 point per game scorer, 52, 40, 87 splits. Like, that's really good. A 67% true shooting percentage. Şengün's been good, honestly. He's been a top defender for us. Mikael Brown, I think, is having a good rookie year, 8.8 assists. Tyron Stokes has been a good number 1 overall pick. Nate Ament is having a good season. I don't get why we're this bad. Maybe it's Caleb Houston, who's shooting 39% from 3. Maybe it's Gary Trent Jr., but this team should be a lot better than what our record shows. And Nikola Jokic also signed with the Golden State Warriors. Him and Dame. Oh, I wonder how they did. As he ends up getting MVP, we get the Rookie of the Year in Tyron Stokes. Dylan Harper, 6th Man of the Year behind Lamelo yet again. Oh, the Warriors went 66 and 16. Now, I don't know if they traded away Damian Lillard, but hey, Dame could get a ring. I mean, Şengün was an All-NBA second team guy. I don't get why this team is not performing. So yeah, the Warriors are the 1 seed, the Rockets are the 2 seed, and we didn't even make the play-in tournament. I can't get why we can't get in the play-in tournament in a weak Eastern Conference. We were 30 games under 500. Wow. I mean, I know Gary Trent Jr. didn't shoot the ball well, but why was this team so bad? I truly don't get it, honestly. I feel like we should be so much better than what our record shows. I mean, yeah, and we're watching Giannis on a 2 seed and Damian Lillard on a 1 seed. They have Jimmy Still, RJ Barrett, Podziemski, and Jokic. That's kind of incredible. So let's see how far they go. I'm rooting for a Warriors-Rockets conference finals, and Dame against the Blazers in round 1, they win. Are we going to see both those teams advance to the conference finals? Nope, they actually both lost. Oh my God. So in this game, it was 2-0 Dallas, and then it was 3-2 Golden State, and then they lost 2 in a row. Nice. So Dame is eliminated. And the Rockets here in round number 2 were actually up 3-1, and they blew a 3-1 lead. Nice. So the NBA Finals, you got the Mavericks and the Charlotte Hornets, and the champions are going to be the Dallas Mavericks. And Derek Lively, yeah, Derek Lively is your Finals MVP, one of the best players in the league. All right, so Tobias Harris, Nikola Vucevic, Andre Drummond, CJ McCollum. I was gonna say it's like the mid retirements of like solid players, like low end All Stars. But yeah, Dame ends up retiring. He could not get one more ring in his career. I don't think we're gonna retire his jersey number. That's gonna be more so a Portland thing. So am I giving away a good first round pick this year in 2028? It is a swap. Now, I see Portland there in the top 5. I see us with the 14th pick. Huh. That's from, I think, that Atlanta trade. That could be something for us. So let's see where we end up. I don't know with all the swaps and everything. So maybe we don't get a good pick here. Yeah, it is a swap with Portland, not with New Orleans. So I do have to give Portland the 6th overall pick. I get the 16th overall pick. But I also, have to do a swap with Cleveland and Utah. So I'm not getting 14. I'm getting 21. So I have 16 and 21 in this draft. So I'm actually going to be doing this trade on draft night. I'm trading away Gary Trent Jr., 16 and 26, or was it 16 and 26? Yeah, right, or 16 and 21 for Josh Hart and Cole Anthony. Both these guys under contract. Gary Trent Jr. has given us some solid production over the course of 4 years, but I'm going to get a really good role player and I think a backup point guard to Mikael Brown, then Tyler Kolek. So we had the 33rd pick. I took Jamal Fisher. Not really the best player in the world out of USC. Number 1 overall pick was Archie Oakley to the Hornets. Wow, so they just, went to the finals and had a top pick. The Knicks took Ramon Aguilar, and they also took Homer Powell. Looks pretty good with those picks. We're going to pick up these team options. Cannon Ketchings qualifying offer. Shout out BYU. So here we are in free agency. Tyler Smith wants $16 million. I mean, I wasn't going to bring you back anyway. I'm going to bring... do I want to sign Obi Toppin? I'm actually going to sign Keegan Murray instead. Unfortunately, I do have to renounce the rights on a ton of guys. Is that worth it? I think I'll still be able to bring back some of these guys. So let's sign Keegan Murray to a 3-year deal worth $55 million. He may start, or it's going to be a Ment. I'm also going to sign Quinton Post to replace Oso Ighodaro as the backup center. I'm also going to try to sign Caleb Houston back on a 1-year deal. But I don't know if I'm gonna be able to afford him. Actually, I will. Okay, 1 year, 6.3. I mean, this is a good team. Like, Stokes could take that year 2 leap. Immense good. I don't know, man. If we don't make the play-in tournament, I'll be shocked. I do want to change Josh Hart's position. All right, so this is a really good team. We're gonna go like 14 minutes a night to Houston and Anthony. Shout out the Orlando Magic. I'm gonna go about 20 minutes a night to Keegan Murray. About 22 minutes a night to Josh Hart. We're gonna go 33 to Şengün, 31 to Ament, 36 to Stokes. We can play him a ton this year. 36 to Green. And let's go 34 to Mikael Brown Jr. If this team does not make the play-in tournament, I don't know. I'll be kind of shocked. Maybe I have to fire Charles Lee. I don't want to do that. We start off the season against the Knicks. We lose. Portland. How are we 0-3? This doesn't make any sense. All right, so we are 22 and 28 at the trade deadline, which is better than what we've been the last 2 years, but I just don't get it. All right, we finally have a negative 1-point differential. It's because our defense is so bad. All right, our offense is the best, actually. Okay, so we just need to create an elite defense, which is easier said than done. I don't know if that means I should move Jalen Green at one point, but he's been like the catalyst of our top offenses. Mikael Brown Jr. is averaging 20. Oh my God, breakout year for him. He may win most improved. Tyron Stokes is really good. I mean, I thought this was really a good 4. I don't know. Maybe the defense will develop over time. I'm going to hope that we can have a strong second half and we're going to make the playoffs. I'm going to be optimistic here. All right, Jokic wins MVP in Golden State yet again. Cameron Holmes is your rookie of the year. He wasn't drafted in last year's class, but he didn't play in his real rookie season. Jokic, Wemby, Luka, Ja, and Boozer, all NBA first team. We do see Cooper Flag on All-NBA second team with Alperen Şengün, Mikael Brown Jr., and oh my God, I just got 3 guys on an All-NBA team. You don't see that very often. I want to say that our team doesn't need Jalen Green because every single year he plays very well, but our record isn't good and he never ends up on an All-NBA team. So maybe that's somebody we're going to try to flip in the offseason. Do we finally make the play-in tournament? Yes, we do. We actually finished as the 7th seed this year. Not an above 500 record, but definitely our best record so far. So we're taking on the Boston Celtics in the first leg of the play-in. We had 5 guys, all starters, score above 16.5 points. Taking on Boston, who has, shout out Rob Wright, who I believe just recently transferred to BYU. They got the Jays still. They got KP. They have a finals MVP and Rob Dillingham just coming off the bench. That team is kind of stacked for an 8 seed, so I think we got a little bit of a bad draw. A 87-point first quarter. This would be a good game if you have the over, and we are tied 130-130. Jalen Green, I said I'm going to trade him this offseason. He's just dropping 44. Let's see. I mean, dropping 44 and we still might lose, and we're going to lose in overtime. God damn it. We got outscored 17-3 in overtime. That is so embarrassing. Jalen Green at 49. Şengün at 22. Stokes at 21. Oh my God. All right, just put me out of my misery, Orlando. Just beat me if you're going to. This team sucks. This team sucks. We lost by 10. Jalen Green literally just puts up 79 points in both play-in tournament games, and we lost both of them. But he's not doing it at an inefficient level. I don't know. I mean, 4 years in Milwaukee. We're on year 5 now. Jokic, Western Conference Finals MVP, and Dave Bansa, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. And Jokic, okay, so Dame retires, and then the Warriors win it all. Oh, and they just replaced Dame with Devin Booker. Easy, easy peasy, right? So Jimmy retires after getting a ring. Clint Capella retires after getting a ring. Gobert and Dinwiddie retired in Detroit. Jimmy heads to the Hall of Fame. And are we going to get any picks here? I think our pick is going to go to Washington there at 12. Good thing it did not move up in the lottery. So I get Phoenix's pick at 11 from the Giannis trade. So that is, I think, the last remaining asset. I do have to give my first to Milwaukee there at 13. I have Detroit's pick there at 28, I think. That was from the Buffkin trade. I don't know if I want to fire Charles Lee, but I am going to look at some of the candidates. Like, do I want Quinn Snyder? I think I may just keep him. All right, so I want to improve my defense. I'm making a blockbuster trade here. Jalen Green has 4.5-star trade value, so this is so risky because he's been good for us, but I want to believe that he is the weak link. I don't know why, but with the worst defense in the league, and I'm going to say it's on him. I am, because he doesn't make an All-NBA team and everybody else does. I'm going to trade him and Josh Hart for a future first. I'm getting Dyson Daniels and Zachary Reese-Sachet in this trade. This is actually a goated trade for us. Hopefully, we're going to be back next year because one of these guys is going to be coming off the bench because I'm not benching Stokes. I mean, maybe I play one of them at the 4 and Ament goes to the bench. That's a possibility. So I drafted Devar Klimov here with the 28th overall pick. Travis Cooper, the number 1 pick to the Pelicans, looks pretty good. So I'm going to pick up the team options on everybody here. Tyron Stokes has a $19 million team option, which is insane. Oh my God, do I do it? Do I sign Joel Embiid to be my backup? He got 2-year 25 from the Pistons. I would only give him a 1-year deal. It's probably not wise to do it, but I can give him 20 million now. I can give him 15.8. I don't think he's going to take that, which would be kind of insane if he did. So I think I'm going to pivot to Mitchell Robinson to be my backup if I can't get Embiid, which is just wild saying that. We actually got Embiid. All right, Embiid for 1 year is going to be my backup center. What is going on? This is like Patrick Ewing on the Magic or the Supersonics. So I'm also going to sign Marcus Sasser to a 2-year deal. I can also get Tyler Kolek on a 1-year deal worth the minimum as well. So Sasser signs with the Grizzlies. I think we're going to have to let go of Caleb. Actually, can I bring back Caleb Houston on a 2-year deal? Bang, there we go. All right, so Şengün is a 93, Reece Shea is a 92, Stokes is a 91, Daniels is a 91, Mikal Brown Jr. 88. Let's go. This team is stacked. But I don't know, though. We haven't really made the playoffs with the stacked team yet, so maybe I'm just going to be disappointed this year. I'm going to just go into the luxury tax. We need like an angel investor here because we are going to be broke very soon. So can we win it all this year, please? And I had to release my recent first-round pick. I mean, I think I drafted a bust. All right, so we'll see if Jalen Green is going to be the weak link in hindsight here, because if we do have a very good record this year, I'm going to say that for some reason, he was holding our defense back. All right, so I don't know if Cole Anthony's going to even crack this rotation this year. He might actually, because I want Embiid as the backup center, which is, I can't believe I'm uttering those words. Trent Perry's going to get 15 minutes a night. I think Caleb Houston can get about 10 minutes a night. Nate meant they want to move to the bench. Well, no, Keegan Murray's going to get like 16, 17 minutes a night. That's fine. Like, I want Stokes to start, but do I move Reece Shea to the bench? Yeah, maybe Reece Shea is like the sixth man, 30 minutes a night. Let's go 26 to Ament. 32 to Şengün, 33 to Stokes, 30 to Daniels. I want to go 33 to Mikal. And then maybe I just play Reece Shea a little bit more and Stoke or Ament a little bit more. So this is a stacked team, 4.5 star balance, but will 2K finally like me? We start the season with a win and then 2 losses. Why can't we play defense? Is it Şengün that's the weak link? Finally, the Milwaukee Bucks are playing good basketball again. We have a 15.8 point differential. The defense is pretty good. It's top 4 now in the East, so maybe it was Jalen Green. We're scoring 133 points a night. Shout out to Boston scoring 131. But yeah, Charlotte is also really good. They are 42-9. They have a sick team, and they landed that Archie Oakley pick, which is also kind of crazy. And then in the Western Conference, the Rockets are 31-21. They still have Giannis. He's playing more of the 5 spot with Cooper Flag. And then you got Golden State and Portland, really good. We're currently on a 13-game winning streak, so we are peaking right at the right time. And I feel like we're in a very good position right now to maybe go on a run in the playoffs. So Cameron Boozer is your MVP. Howard Warren is your Rookie of the Year, the 47th overall pick. Dylan Harper is your 6th Man of the Year. Wemby's your Depoy. Most improved is Archie Oakley, and Brandon McCoy is your clutch player of the year. Here's all NBA first team, all NBA second team. We do get Tyrone Stokes, who is maybe now the top player on this team. Shout out to us winning that 2027 lottery. And then we also get Şengün, who's basically made an all NBA team every single year. And Dyson Daniels, all defensive first team. Maybe that's why our defense was so good. So we are the 2 seed in the East. The Charlotte Hornets are really good. So I feel like we're going to be on a collision course with them. Yeah, this is basically like Boston and Cleveland in 2025. So for the playoffs, I don't know how I want to trim down this rotation. I don't think I'm going to play Caleb Houston just with like Trent Perry and Keegan Murray there. Like, I got to play Embiid just to have a backup center. So I think I'm going to go like 15 minutes of these guys. And then we're going to just play like the Reece Shea guys a ton. Nate Ament was really good this year. We have kind of an excess of just really good talent. We're going to go 36 to Stokes, 36 to Brown, 35 to Reece Shea, and they're all going to kind of fill in there. So we're taking on Cleveland in round 1. Still have an elite backcourt, still have an elite front court. They've added Lou Dort, Sidney Gay, Obi Toppin, and Jonathan Kuminga. We could lose in round 1. Or we could gentlemen sweep them. Oh my god! The Atlanta Hawks beat Charlotte for us in round 1. Shout out to Mikal Brown Jr., but wow, they won in 5? I would be pissed. Oh my god, all right, the Jalen Green. Okay, he shot 65% from the field, 53% from 3. There's Trae Young. And here we are taking on the Detroit Pistons with Asar Thompson, Pascal Siakam, Jalen Duren. There's Cade Cunningham. Can we advance to the conference finals? We are up 3-1. Yep. And we're not going to take on Atlanta. It would be cool to go up against Jalen Green. We're taking on the Chicago Bulls, led by Tyrese Proctor and Cam Boozer. They also have Reed Shepard. So a couple former Duke Blue Devils there. Can we go to the NBA Finals? Bang. We are 12-3. Alex Costanza, Western Conference Finals MVP. Tyrone Stokes, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. We're not taking on the Warriors or the Rockets, which would have been cool. We're taking on the Kings, who have a former Finals MVP on their team. But can we get it done here in Milwaukee? We win Game 1. We win Game 2. We lose Game 3. We lose Game 4. We win Game 5. And we are going to win in 6. The Milwaukee Bucks win your 2030 NBA Finals. So yeah, it could be a little bit of a dark time in Milwaukee if they trade away Giannis, but maybe there's going to be light at the end of the tunnel. So that is going to be for me. I hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know what you think the Milwaukee Bucks should do this offseason in the comments below. Do you think that they should trade away Giannis? Do you think they should just try to run it back and hope something changes next year? Let me know down below. Hit that subscribe button if you were not already. Drop a thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.